94.7. The Drive.
Tonight, breaking news as we come on the air. The ground stop just ordered here in the New York City area. A hold now on all incoming flights to Newark. The concern spotted in the sky. We'll have the latest. Also breaking tonight, authorities before the cameras in Boston just moments ago. The missing woman found alive, taken to the hospital days after vanishing. Tonight, was she held captive? And the exclusive video from our station WCVB of the person of interest. The police traffic stop that turned violent today. The officer shot in the face. And you will hear what he says when he calls for help.
I've been shot.
We have news on his condition tonight. Day 32 of the government shutdown after the president was asked to postpone his State of the Union. His signal today that he wants to deliver it anyway. And word tonight about a possible Plan B. The remarkable moment in a Moscow courtroom today, the former U.S. Marine and what his own lawyer reveals about a thumb drive. Martha Raddatz is here. Frigid cold, and tonight the new storm system moving east. We have the track. New developments after that confrontation, why that Catholic high school was closed today. President Trump tweeting support for the students. And that young man face to face with a Native American, that student speaking out tonight. You'll hear from him. The passenger brawl erupting in midair, the crew and passengers trying to take a man down. And Oscar history, from A Star is Born to Black Panther to a first for Netflix with Roma. Tonight, the list right here, the golden possibilities.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Tuesday night. And we begin with the scare in the air causing a ground stop here in the New York City area at this hour. Newark Airport has now halted all flights coming in after a drone scare. Newark, of course, is one of the busiest airports in the country. At least 2 drones were spotted hovering over nearby Teterboro Airport. That's on the arrival path for passenger planes coming into Newark. And ABC's David Curley leads us off.
That drone scare tonight forcing all air traffic to be suspended at Newark Airport. Reports of pilots missing a drone while on approach by only 30 feet. 2 drones spotted hovering at 3,500 feet. That's 8 times what is allowed at nearby Teterboro Airport, which is on the arrival path of planes to Newark. Officials forced to put a brief hold on arriving aircraft, other planes being diverted or held at their point of departure. Now, one of the nation's busiest airports, a complete ground stop, while officials untangle the chaos. This demonstration video shows the dangers a drone collision might create. This comes on the heels of the last drone scare back in December at London's Gatwick Airport. It grounded more than 1,000 flights and impacted 140,000 passengers, shutting down that airport for 2 days.
So let's get to David Curley with us live tonight. And David, is that ground stop still in effect as we're on the air tonight? And I gather, if so, that's going to create major delays for thousands of flights heading into the night.
And thousands of passengers, David. The ground stop is still on at this hour. And I can tell you, we're hearing the air traffic control and pilots saying this happened at a critical point. One guy said, pilot said, it was pretty close. David?
All right. David Curley leading us off tonight. This has been a danger we've been reporting on for some time. Our thanks to you. We're also following breaking news tonight out of Boston. Authorities just moments ago revealing a young woman they had been desperately searching for has now been found. She's been taken to the hospital. Olivia Ambrose had moved to Boston just a week ago. She was last seen leaving a bar in Faneuil Hall Saturday night. In fact, it was just today police released images of a person of interest and then a break in the case just hours later. Tonight, our Boston affiliate, WCVB, with exclusive video of a man now in custody. And here's ABC's Eva Pilgrim with the story unfolding now.
Tonight, after days of searching, a breakthrough.
We can tell you that the young woman, Olivia Ambrose, who's been missing since Saturday, has been found alive.
Boston police confirming the news. 23-year-old Olivia Ambrose was last seen out at this bar with her twin sister and friends on Saturday night. She had just moved to Boston to work for a software company.
She only moved a week ago, yes. It was I think her first night out in the city.
The news coming just after police released these photos of a person of interest in the case. She left the bar around 11 p.m. Saturday. Minutes later, surveillance cameras catching her entering a subway station with a man, his arm around her. Cameras then catching her exiting a different station with the same man.
I went to her apartment and she hadn't been there. It was set up for her to come home with pajamas on the bed and everything.
Police converging late today on a housing development where her cell phone last pinged, finding Olivia. Our Boston affiliate WCVB with exclusive footage of a man in custody.
All right, so let's get to Eva Pilgrim with us live tonight. Eva, as I mentioned there a moment ago, the young woman Olivia Ambrose has now been taken to the hospital.
That's right, David. She was taken to the hospital where she is being evaluated. Her family putting out a statement tonight thanking everyone for helping to bring Olivia home. David?
All right, Eva Pilgrim tonight, thank you. And in Michigan at this hour, there is an urgent manhunt now underway after a police stop turned violent today. A suspect opening fire on a police officer, shooting him in the face. Just another case of police facing extreme danger in the line of duty. And tonight, what you can hear the officer say when he radios for help. ABC's Gio Benitez tonight on his condition.
A traffic stop in Saginaw County, Michigan, turning horrifying in an instant.
I've been shot.
Officer Jeff Koenig making the chilling call to fellow officers, bravely managing to send out key details despite a critical gunshot wound.
It's a white dog pickup. White male. Mid-30s. I got shot in the face.
Yeah, hang in there, buddy. You're not too far away from you.
Police racing to the scene, saying the white pickup had been stolen by Joshua Rosebush. Authorities launching an intense manhunt for the suspect.
He is considered armed and dangerous.
Police finding the white pickup ditched. Hours later, spotting another stolen vehicle driving suspiciously.
He just blew the stop sign.
A massive police response cornering Rosebush.
Negative. Keep your distance. Wait for your backup. He is armed and dangerous. Shots fired! Shots fired!
Police say they returned fire, hitting the suspect and taking him into custody. And David, the officer who was shot in the face, Jeff Koenig, is a 16-year veteran, and we're told that his condition has stabilized. He's being transferred to another hospital for more treatment. David?
All right, Gio Benitez in Michigan for us. Thank you. It is now day 32 of the government shutdown, now beginning its second month. We have never seen this. And tonight, even though President Trump was asked to postpone his State of the Union with 800,000 workers not getting paid, the strong signal today that he plans to deliver it. And there is a plan B if he's not addressing America from the Capitol. ABC's Mary Bruce tonight on the Hill.
President Trump is making it clear tonight he's not going to let Nancy Pelosi stop him from delivering his State of the Union. The White House requesting a walkthrough of the House chamber.
Nancy Pelosi does not dictate to the president when he will or will not have a conversation with the American people.
But she does have the power to block him from doing it on the House floor. And if she does, sources say Trump is eyeing a political rally instead. On day 32 of the shutdown, Democrats are rejecting what the president called a compromise.
Let me be very clear. Open up government. Open the government. Let's talk.
The president's offer, temporary protections for dreamers, undocumented immigrants brought to the U.S. as children, in exchange for the $5.7 billion to build his border wall. But today, the Supreme Court undercut that plan, leaving protections for dreamers in place through October. Now 800,000 federal workers about to miss their second paycheck. In Tennessee, John Manley, an air traffic controller and father of 7, is driving for Uber on his days off.
It doesn't come anywhere close to offsetting the salary that we're missing.
FBI agents are also looking for other work.
FBI agents should not have to go work at a store stocking shelves because they can't feed their families on their government job.
Agents warn the shutdown is making us less safe, that they are unable to do undercover work without the funds to buy drugs or firearms from gang members, and that they are putting pervs on standby, which puts children in jeopardy. One agent saying the fear is our enemies know they can run freely.
So let's get to Mary Bruce up live on the Hill again tonight. And Mary, we know there will be several votes in the Senate later this week that you'll have your eye on. But the bottom line in the meantime, what are the chances that President Trump will be on Capitol Hill a week from tonight delivering his State of the Union?
Well, David, sources tell us the president is preparing to give this speech, but the big question now is where. We're told he is preparing 2 different versions. One that he could give here on the Hill, and another, if Pelosi disinvites him, that he could take on the road. David.
Mary Bruce tonight. Mary, thank you. We're going to turn to a remarkable scene playing out in a Moscow courtroom today. The former U.S. Marine accused of spying in Moscow. He was seen in public for the first time since his arrest today. Paul Whelan there in a glass cage right there on the left, speaking with his Russian lawyer and his interpreter. And what that lawyer revealed about a thumb drive that the former U.S. Marine had. ABC's Chief Global Affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz on the case again tonight.
Today, after nearly a month in a notorious Russian prison, Paul Whelan standing before a judge in Moscow facing charges of espionage, the first time he has been seen in public since his arrest. The judge denying bail and ordering Whelan back to prison until his trial.
The family can't really do much, so if the government isn't going to take action, then I think Paul's in serious trouble.
David Whelan saying his brother was in Russia for a wedding, and there was no way he was acting as a spy. Whelan's Russian lawyer today saying Whelan's arrest came minutes after he received a thumb drive. Russian media reporting it was a list of secret Russian operatives. The lawyer saying Whelan was expecting pictures of sightseeing spots and had no idea the thumb drive held state secrets. But analysts believe that this may be payback for the arrest of Maria Butina, the Russian agent who pleaded guilty to trying to infiltrate American conservative political circles.
This is common KGB tradecraft, to set somebody up who clearly was not a spy and to trade them later on for somebody who is a spy.
And Martha Raddatz with us again tonight. Martha, we know he was a former Marine who did several tours, but we also know that he was discharged from the Marines?
Yes, David. About 10 years ago, Whelan was kicked out for attempted larceny and dereliction of duty, among other charges. But if the Russians find him guilty of spying, he could face 20 years in prison, David.
All right, Martha Raddatz, who continues to follow this case for us. Thank you, Martha. And with that deadly storm just finishing its work, now we're watching tonight yet another storm system moving from west to east at this hour. In fact, winter weather alerts up for 20 states from Colorado to New York. That Arctic blast still gripping much of the country at this hour. This image of Niagara Falls. Take a look, full of ice there tonight. That new storm triggering blizzard conditions already east of Denver, 45-mile-an-hour winds. On the move to the East Coast, Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee tracking it all as always. Hi, Ginger.
Hi, David. I have to tell you, it feels good compared to where we were last night, but still very chilly. But we're going to warm right up ahead of that storm, and you're seeing all the winter storm warnings for the Quad Cities up through Madison, Wisconsin tonight. Now, they're looking for that snow happening now. Chicago going to have snow with then a mix over to freezing rain. Detroit gets over to all the way rain after it starts as frozen precipitation. And by tomorrow night, it is all rain for much of the East Coast. Thursday morning, a little preview for you. We stop the clock at 7 a.m. New York City and Philadelphia, heavy rain. And just a note, even colder air. Chicago by the end of the week will feel close to 30 below, David.
All right, Ginger Zee with us. Ginger, thank you. We're going to turn to that confrontation igniting outraged teenagers wearing Make America Great Again hats face to face with that Native American protester. Twitter has now suspended the account that helped spread that video. The president has tweeted in support of the students. And now that young man in that image is now speaking out. Here's ABC's Ariel Reshef tonight.
Tonight, the students caught in this explosive encounter claiming they, their parents, and their Kentucky school are being targeted by threats. Covington Catholic High School shutting down today amid the security scare. These images of the teens, many wearing Make America Great Again hats, appearing to face off with Native American elder Nathan Phillips while on a school trip to Washington, still a lightning rod. President Trump himself weighing in, tweeting, "The students of Covington have become symbols of fake news and how evil it can be. I know they will use it for good, maybe even bring people together." And tonight, the student at the center of it all speaking out, saying, "I was not disrespectful to Mr. Phillips. In hindsight, I wish we could have walked away and avoided the whole thing." Tonight, the culture at Covington Catholic High School under intense scrutiny after video surfaced from 2011 showing past students painted in what looks like blackface. But some familiar with the school say the video was filmed during a blackout night for the basketball team, where students were encouraged to wear black from head to toe.
David, one more note we have to mention here. Social media, that social media account that helped fuel this social media outrage has been shut down. Twitter said the user had been misleading and been sending out misleading information. It was using political rhetoric and had been retweeted 30,000 times.
All right, Ariel Reshef, more to come on this story. Our thanks to you. And the Supreme Court tonight has cleared the Trump administration's partial ban on transgender people in the military while a legal challenge advances. The president announced the ban in a tweet in July 2017, but lower courts put it on hold. The Pentagon estimates nearly 9,000 service members identify as transgender, but no action is being taken against those serving immediately. And tonight, teachers in Los Angeles have now reached a tentative deal to end their 6-day strike against the second largest school system in the nation. They rallied again today, even as the deal was announced. It provides higher pay, smaller classes, and more support, including librarians, nurses, and counselors. The teachers could be back tomorrow.